back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video that I've seen other people do before, but not with this album, and that's recommending you books based on your favorite tracks from an album. The album I'm going to be doing today is Forever Is a Feeling by Lucy Dacus. My credentials for this are: 1, I read a lot. 2, I've listened to the album, and 3, I've been to a concert for the album with my girlfriend. So like, I would say I'm pretty well versed and like I know what I'm talking about, so just trust me. But yeah, enough said. I'll whip out my notes on my iPad. Nope, let me not put that there. Okay, so the first track from the album is called Calliope Prelude. I actually wrote a poem in high school called Calliope, so like me and Lucy were on the same wavelength, so that's another credential for this video. But yeah, it's really hard to pick a song for this, a book for this song, because it's all instrumental, but I kind of just like listened to it and like went with the vibe of what I was hearing. And also Calliope in Greek mythology, she was like a writer, a poet, and so I was like, okay, with that knowledge and the sound of the song, I'm gonna recommend If We Were Villains by ML Rio. This book focuses very heavily on Shakespeare, and there's a lot of like random Shakespeare excerpts in it. And yeah, it's basically about these friends in college, and they're in a play together, and yeah, they're very prestigious, and there's a murder. It's like a mystery book, perfect for fall time, so maybe wait until then to read it. But yeah, I just recommended it because it's good, and there's Shakespeare in it. You know, she was a writer. I don't know, it was hard, okay? Like it was hard to find a song for this, but this book is good nonetheless, so you should read it. Even though I rated it like 3 stars when I first read it, but I feel like if I read it again, I would rate it higher. It just took me like a lot of effort to get through it, but I digress. Moving on. Okay, so the next song is called Big Deal. A lot of songs in this album kind of focus on like long distance, or like both, or like one person in the relationship being famous, because I mean, we know who she's dating, but she being Lucy. I don't know why I say her name like that, but anyways, so yeah, kind of like it was hard to find like a lot of books that follow that same theme, because a lot of songs follow that theme. But for this one, I picked the book Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake, because both of the people in this book are in the music world. She is like a country music star, I think, and she's like a violinist or something. Oh my gosh, my iPad is literally gonna die. Also guys, I'm sorry, like I'm kind of bad at explaining stuff, so throughout this video there's just gonna be a lot of yeah, but I don't know, I'm trying my best. Basically in this book, yeah, they're both musicians, and they're actually exes. They were engaged, but then one of them left the other one at the altar. And in the song it even talks about marriage. I mean, in this one it talks about like one of the people marrying someone else, but that's not really a plot line in this book, but like marriage is a very big part of it, because I mean, she literally left her at the altar. I'm not gonna say which one did that, but you literally find out in like the first chapter, I think. So yeah, moral of the story is they rekindle their relationship and basically like fall back in love with one another. And yeah, it's good. It's also like a Christmas book, so obviously it's literally called Make the Season Bright. So if you're looking for a fun book to read during Christmas, this one. Okay, so the next track is called Ankles, and it's all about yearning. I almost flashed the book to you guys. You can't know yet. But yeah, basically in the song, she's talking about how she is having dreams about this person, promiscuous dreams. And she's like, maybe it doesn't have to stay in my dreams. Like, maybe I can just like let you do what I want. Maybe I can just let us do what we want and stop holding back. So that to me was giving like, you want this person, you can't have them, but you're like, you know what, I don't care anymore. And I'm gonna recommend Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQueenston, because they're definitely like star-crossed lovers in this book. It's about the son of the President of the United States and the son of the Queen of England. And yeah, obviously there's a lot of different conflicts involved if they were to get into a relationship, because I mean, they're like not rulers, but like related to rulers in two separate countries. That's like a political statement. And they're also both men, so homophobia. But I mean, obviously this is a romance book, so like you guys know what happens, like what ends up happening. Yeah. Also, I feel like most people probably like have maybe either read the book or watched the movie. I don't know, maybe I'm just like thinking that and it's not true, but yeah, they end up like getting together, and we do learn like that both of them have had like this fascination with each other for such a long time, and they're just like, I just don't care anymore, like I just want to be with you. And the start of that relationship, I mean, it is like friendship at first, but then it becomes sexual, and it becomes romantic, but they're like afraid of those feelings. So yeah, there's a lot of yearning in this book. The next track is called Limerence. I think like the main point of this song, it's like at the very end of it, she says this stillness in her relationship is gonna eat her alive. Like she wants to go out and party. She wants to have fun. She doesn't want like a quiet little life right now. She wants to be like living her life to the fullest. So the book I'm going to recommend is called Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Malinda Lo. This is a historical fiction, and it's set, when is it set? In 1954 in Chinatown. So yeah, it's about these two girls who end up falling in love, and one of them, I read this like such a long time ago, so I can't remember if both of them are into this or just one, but like there's like this fascination with drag shows, specifically like how do I, like, not drag kings. Yes, I don't know why that was taking me so long to think of, but yeah, so that's what the Telegraph Club is. It's like like club, obviously a drag club. And yeah, they just like to party, and specifically like the main girl in this book, she is like so fascinated with these drag performances, and she like wants to be up there, and she just finds like so much inspiration from the drag kings. And yeah, she doesn't want like a quiet life that her family wants for her. She doesn't want to like settle down with a man. She wants to have adventure and do these drag performances and be with this other woman. But the other one, she's kind of more pessimistic, and yeah, she's like just more afraid. So yeah, it's kind of sad. But it's really good. I don't think I rated it very high the first time I read it, but I don't think, like, I was kind of young, so I feel like if I read it again, I would rate it higher. I feel like there's just so many books. My bracelet is stuck on my shirt. There's so many books that I've read where, like, I'm like, I did not have the emotional intelligence or anything to, like, comprehend what this book meant at the time, but like now I feel like I do, looking back on it, and I'm like, I should have appreciated it more, but maybe I will reread it sometime. I don't know. Modigliani. Okay, so the next song on the album is called Modigliani. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. But as I said before, there's like this constant theme in the album of distance separating people who love each other. So I picked another song having to do with that, and that is the Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. Now Abby Jimenez is like such a big author and like everybody knows her, but I was here first, okay? I was here. Because this is the first Abby Jimenez book I have ever read, and it's also like the second book in a series, but I didn't read the first one, obviously, because I said this is the first one. But it's just like, you don't really like have to read books in like romance series sometimes in order, and you don't have to with this one, but some stuff might have made more sense. Despite that, I still rated it 5 stars whenever I read it. Like, I forgot when it was, but it was way before everyone loved her and she was on everyone's radar. Because now it's like, she's a best-selling author, I think. I could literally be making that up. I just know that everyone loves her now. I'm just trying to tell you guys that, like, I'm the OG. I was here first, okay? Anyways, so this book is about a musician. He's a musician. I literally forgot what she does. But there's a part in this book where he's like going on tour and stuff, and she's basically staying behind, and they have to do long distance through that. She comes with him sometimes, but like not all the time. And yeah, I mean, this song is basically about like who you love being in like another country, another time zone, and that's why she asks how's tomorrow so far in one of the lyrics. And there's also a part in the song where she's saying that the person she loves will never be famous to her, because like, I mean, that's just like who you love. Like, you're not gonna see them as like this like big entity if you're just like in love with them for who they are. The next song on the album is called Talk, and it kind of takes place over like a road trip, or like while like you get the image of like being on the road while you're listening to it, because it says in the very beginning, driving up the mountain, ears popping as we climb, it can be risky after sundown when the roads turn serpentine. So that being said, I'm going to recommend the book Here We Go Again. I forgot who it's by. I don't have the physical copy because I read it on my Kindle, but like I'll put a picture of it. But this book is basically about 2 childhood friends who have reconnected to take their high school teacher on a road trip before he dies, because he wants to go to, I think it's Maine, because he has a cabin there and he wants to like die there, not be on hospice and all this stuff. And so they were childhood friends, but now they're enemies. And this whole song, it's basically saying like, why can't we talk like we used to anymore? Like, basically like we used to be so close, and now it's just like we have nothing to talk about. And of course it does take place like in the time that they're on the road. So yeah, I feel like this song like correlates to that book perfectly. So like that kind of ate with that recommendation, because not to toot my own horn, but like it's just so perfect. And like whenever she says I didn't mean to start talking in the past tense, that relates to like a certain part of the book, but I'm not gonna say it because it's kind of a spoiler. Yeah. The next track is called For Keeps, and it's about these two people who, I mean, like, they're kind of like in love, I guess. I don't know, it's giving like situationship, because it's basically saying like this person that she's in love with, you know, they're like having fun together and stuff, and she's like falling for them, but she doesn't want to fall too hard because she knows that this person isn't going to stay with her forever, because like that's just, I don't, not who they are, or like maybe they have commitment issues, I don't know, but the vibe it's giving is like sad. Wow, that was like so profound. The vibe it's giving is sad and melancholy, just like knowing that the person that you're with is like not going to want to be with you forever. And the book that I'm gonna recommend for this song is Normal People by Sally Rooney. Yeah, this book is whenever I first read it, I did not rate it highly, because like, I don't know, because I feel like I used to read, and if a book like made me sad or something, or like I didn't like the ending because like two people didn't end up together, I would rate it so low, because I was like, I'm reading for enjoyment, and that's still true, but like, I don't know, something about the way the author writes these two characters is like so beautiful. So beautiful. And yeah, both of them know like their relationship is not really going to work out, and both of them like at different times want different things from the relationship. And yeah, it's kind of like doomed from the start. So with that in mind, you should read it. It's still really good. I have these tabs in here. Let me look at the tabs to see if there's anything. And also like there is like some religious context in this song, or religious undertones, and there's also some of that in this book too. Oh, I forgot about that part. That is giving 50 Shades of Grey. Okay. Also, something in this book, I mean, you know, if like you've read Sally Rooney, but if you haven't, she uses no quotation marks, so it is kind of confusing, because you're like, okay, wait, what, who's talking? Like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to keep track of, but you get used to it. I'm trying to find a quote to read to y'all. I'm gonna read this paragraph because I mean it kind of relates to the song. Just know that like the way that she's feeling, I mean like their emotions just fluctuate so much in this book, and their like opinions of one another and their opinions of their self change all the time. But I'm gonna read this. Connell is silent again. He leans down and kisses her on the forehead. I will never hurt you, okay? He says. Never. She nods and says nothing. You make me really happy, he says. His hand moves over her hair and he adds, I love you. I'm not just saying that. I really do. Her eyes fill up with tears again and she closes them. Even in memory, she will find this moment unbearably intense, and she's aware of this now while it's happening. She has never believed herself fit to be loved by any person, but now she has a new life, of which this is the first moment, and even after many years have passed, she will still think, yes, that was it, the beginning of my life. Next is the title track of the album, Forever is a Feeling. I feel like so many books could go with this song, because it's basically just saying like, just like love or hate, forever is a feeling that you can have. And I don't know, I just like did not know what to pick, but I do feel like this one fits, and like I would not it would not be true to myself if like I didn't mention this book in this video. And that is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, because this is my favorite book of all time. Okay. Part of the song that really reminds me of this book says, "This is bliss, this is hell, forever is a feeling, and I know it well." Because there's a lot of different emotions in this book too. Yeah, I literally don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm just like, it just fits, because like forever is a feeling and they're feeling it. So I literally don't know how to explain it anymore. Just read it. Once again, we have a song about being separated, or missing the other person, and it's called Come Out. The book that I'm going to recommend for this is actually the second book in a series, so like you'd have to read the first one first, but this book specifically just ties together really well with the song. And yeah. Now this is my favorite Twilight book and movie. Some people don't like it as much, but I love it. But in this book, I mean, I'm gonna spoil it. Everyone knows what happens in Twilight, especially in the second book. Like, it's not that important. But basically, Edward leaves Bella at the beginning of the book because I literally forgot why. Like, I think he's just like, oh, I'm bad for her. Like, she's gonna be in danger with me there. And so he leaves her. In this song, she repeats, "I miss you," so many times, which is what Bella is feeling. And like, she misses him so much, like, and goes into such a depressive spiral. All the months start to run together, and she's doing anything just to feel alive. This song is just about longing, missing your partner, and she definitely is doing all of that. So the next song is Best Guess, and it's probably one of the most popular songs on the album because it was a single. And I mean, you can pretty much interpret what the song is about from title alone, but it's just saying like, whoever I'm with, they're my best guess at what's gonna happen next, what my future is, and like, I'm fine with that, you know? Like, and basically just say like, I want a future with you, and like, I think it's gonna happen, but you know, you can't be sure about everything, but I don't really care. So the book that I picked for this song is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. She's in here twice. But yeah, this song is about two girls, and one of them, she is basically stuck on this subway train, and the other one, they meet on the train, and like, she's literally just always there, and then she discovers that she's stuck on it. She doesn't even know, like, the girl on the train doesn't even know that she's stuck on it, but then they figure it out together, and they figure out that she's actually from a different time period, I think like the 80s or maybe 70s. And so she doesn't really know what her future holds because she's stuck on this subway train, but she's still like, I still want to be with this girl, and she's my best guess at the future because who knows what's gonna happen. She's literally stuck on a train. So the next song is one of my favorites from the album, and it's Bullseye with Hozier. I also just love him. So like, but the song is basically about young love. I don't really know how like else to explain it. I mean, kind of like at the end, it takes on like a darker tone where like one person leaves and the other one just like there's this part where like the other one just like has all their stuff and it's just like, I guess, like reminiscing. There's a line that says, "Probably wrong to think of them as your gifts to me, more like victims of my sentimentality." But the book I'm going to recommend is called The Falling in Love Montage. I also read it on my Kindle. Forgot who it's by. But basically it's about these two girls who are like going on dates in the summer. I forgot why. Like, I just remember they're like dating each other for the summer and doing like a couple things, and then they're agreeing to break up basically at the end of the summer. And yeah, I mean, they're both young, so you got the young love aspect, and the fact that like in the back of their minds that they know like this can't last between them because they came to an agreement that they were going to end things. And also, one of the girls, her mom has dementia. I think it's her mom. And I'm pretty sure, like, I remember in the book they're talking about how dementia can be hereditary, and so she was like afraid that she might get it one day. So there's also that aspect of like, even if they did stay together, you don't know how long you have with that person because they could become victim to their own mind. But it's really good, so you should read it. Okay, so the next song is called Most Wanted Man, and it's basically about, you know, living your life right now, but then like being able to settle down later with your partner and like having time to write a book on them if you want to. That's like the whole part of the song. She's like, it's time to write a book on you now. And so with that being said, I'm gonna recommend Beach Read by Emily Henry because both the main characters in this book are authors, and I'm sure that they would write books about each other because they love each other so much. It's so good. I want to reread it actually this summer because I don't reread books that much, even though I like want to. I don't know, I just don't. Or like if I either have books I've reread like 5 times, or I just don't ever reread them, even if they're like my favorite books, which this is one of my favorite books. So like, get on that. Last song on the album is called Lost Time. It's about being with someone and regretting that you were not with them sooner because you're like, all that time that we could have been together, we weren't. And you're just mourning that time that you could have had. So for this song, I'm gonna recommend is maybe not the right word because I don't know if I would recommend this book to anyone. But like, I want someone to read it so like I can talk about it with them, and like it's good, but like I would not like sit here and recommend it to you. But like maybe just saying maybe you should read it. The writing is very beautiful. Let me stop drawing it out. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Yeah. This book, it takes course from like college, like the main character's life from college to death. So we're with him almost throughout his whole life, and even there is like flashbacks and stuff to his life before college. That's just where it starts. So yeah, we're with him like his whole life, and who he ends up with at the end, he does not end up with until like he's like an old man, not an old man, like maybe like middle-aged, like a middle-aged man, even though they've known each other for so long. So it's like he wishes that they could have been together sooner, because I can't say, there's this like, oh my gosh, like, if I say like exactly what I'm saying, like thinking, it would be a spoiler, but they're like, he just wishes they could have been together longer. So yeah. Okay, that's all my recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry I'm not very good at like explaining like what I'm thinking, and also like I just wrote those down and then forgot like why I connected the two things. But yeah, let me know if you want more videos like this, because I do have a fun time making them, and I like making connections between different forms of art. So yeah, and I could literally do so many, like I could think of like so many different things to do for this. So yeah, but if you didn't like it, sorry. Goodbye.